Since October 7th, 2023, Israel's experienced stunning victories over her enemies, from Hamas in Gaza to Hezbollah in Lebanon, and now to the fall of Syria. The big question everybody's asking themselves is what to do with Iran, the head of the octopus. Should Israel initiate a preemptive strike against Iran, or should they just wait and see? Listen to these decisive words of leadership from Pierre Poilievre, a rising star in Canada's government.
Yesterday you said that you endorse Israel proactively defending itself by hitting Iran's nuclear sites, which is something that President Joe Biden does not endorse. Do you not feel like this could lead to a likelihood of an all-out conventional war between Iran and Israel? And do you not agree with Joe Biden and his assessment?
I think the idea of allowing a genocidal, theocratic, unstable dictatorship that is desperate to avoid being overthrown by its own people to develop nuclear weapons is about the most dangerous and irresponsible thing that the world could ever allow. And if Israel were to stop that genocidal, theocratic, unstable government from acquiring nuclear weapons, it would be a gift by the Jewish state to humanity.
Nearly 3,000 years ago, the decorated and celebrated warrior of Israel, King David, it tells us in the book of Psalms, chapter 29, Adonai oz le'amo yiten, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. God will bless his people with strength. God will give strength to his people, and only thereafter God will bless his people with peace. Peace doesn't come in a vacuum. First, when there is strength, that's when peace ensues. Peace is never the result of weakness, of vulnerability, of concessions and ceasefires. Peace can only be achieved through strength. It's fascinating to hear that what Henry Kissinger said about the Holocaust. You know, the Holocaust saw the death of about 80 million victims, including 7 million Germans. Henry Kissinger quoted Joseph Goebbels, the head of the Nazi propaganda machine, who said in a secret Nazi briefing on April of 1940, on the eve of the Nazi invasion of Norway, he said, quote, that Goebbels admitted that if France would have preemptively attacked the Nazis, they would have destroyed them, but they were too afraid to strike first. In other words, had France initiated an attack on the Germans before their invasion of Norway, 7 million Germans would have survived. It was King Saul, the first king of Israel, who made some tragic mistakes in his life, about which the Torah tells us that he who is kind to the cruel will ultimately end up being cruel to the kind. Let us not make that same mistake again.